this is part 3 or chapter 3 to my testimony dealing with witchcraft. We're gonna name this chapter The Devil's Grip. So I'm seeing stuff in my bedroom, so I obviously know that there is something demonic going on. And a lot of y'all probably wondering why you keep having sex with the girl, why you keep letting her in. The answer is simple. I didn't think that she was putting anything on me. I thought that I was too grounded to have anything put on me. I thought that my defense was impenetrable, and because I believed in God, could nothing hurt me. But here's the thing. I was all filled up with hate. I had so much hate towards my wife that I had to open the door for the devil. But I ain't no fool. I felt like something was going on, and I'm familiar with witchcraft, so I just asked her one day, did she put anything on me? To my surprise, homie, the girl looked me in my eyes and told me, yeah, I put a reflection spell on you. She said, I put one on you at the restaurant, and I put one on you after we had sex, and I put spells on you during sex. So, me being flabbergasted, I asked her why. This girl looked me dead in my eyes, homie, and said, because I am obsessed with you. So I ain't never had nobody tell me this before, so I don't know really how to take it, but I take it with a grain of salt because, a lot of females, they over-exaggerate. I'm still thinking she over-exaggerating at this point, not knowing this girl dead serious. So I asked her why. Why are you obsessed with me? She says, because you teach me things. That's all she said. Well, I asked her what was a reflection spell. And she said a reflection spell is when I put something on you to make you feel exactly how I feel. It was essentially a spell that conjoined us two. So I felt what she felt and she felt what I felt. So a lot of times when I felt those crazy thoughts and things like that, they were hers. So whenever you do a spell and you join two people together, homie, it is so dangerous, especially when the other person has mental health issues. This girl had bipolar disorder, she had depression, she had severe anxiety, and she drank a lot. So whenever she was drunk, I felt drunk. Whenever she was high, I felt high. So there would be random times in the day where I just start feeling dizzy and my lips are numb and things like that. And I text her and I ask her, are you drinking? She'd tell me, yeah, how do you know? And I tell her, I feel you. There would be times after we argue and she'd start crying. And I'd text her and ask her, are you crying? And she'd say, yeah. Ask me how I know, because I feel you. So you can only imagine what she did when I started to pray. When I got on my knees and I started to pray to God, it felt like somebody was inside of my head ripping my mind apart. This girl heard my prayers, homie. So I couldn't even go to God. I couldn't even go to God and ask him to get this mess off of me, because I had this girl somewhat standing in between me and God. When I prayed to him, she was there, and she made sure that my prayers didn't go to him. Whenever I would open my mouth to try to pray, it felt like I was on fire. It felt like somebody was ripping my head apart, man. It's the best way I can describe it. So I never got a chance to finish any of my prayers because she always disrupted them. And peep this here, homie. Whenever she entered my home, she always had to have permission. Back then, I didn't think anything of it, but afterwards, I realized what it was. All demons and all spirits need permission to do anything in your life. In order for a spirit to wreak any havoc in your life, you have to be in agreement with it. So whenever she came to my house, she would stand at the door until I invited her in. I always said, come in. I always said, you can come in. Whenever she would come in my room, and she would never get in my bed unless I told her, you can get in my bed. She would always stand right by the bed. She would never get in the bed. She would never sit on the couch. I would always have to tell her, you can sit down, you can come in, you can get in the bed. She needed permission, and that was me coming into agreement with the damn demon, and I didn't even know it. So anyway, I'm losing my mind, homie. The urges are still there. They get more and more intense by the day. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing weight. I'm not eating. I'm not sleeping. And by the way, the bed bugs came back. They were now in the new mattress, and they were worse than ever. I'm being eaten alive. This girl is tormenting me, and I can't go to God, homie. I ain't never been in a situation where I couldn't go to God. I can't pray because this girl is between me and God. So I confront this girl and I tell her, hey, I'm not okay with what you put on me. Like I've been seeing this stuff. I got this going on. I don't like this. It's not cool. She says, I can take it off. I say, nah, man, I don't want you doing nothing else. I'll take care of it. Just don't put anything else on me. This is not cool. I don't like it. and I tell her I'm done with you, and I leave. Of course the urges got stronger. Of course I couldn't sleep. Of course them bed bugs got worse. To have your free will taken from you is one of the worst things you can ever have as a human being. Whenever I told this woman no, it's almost like she cranked up the volume in a electric chair and she just shocked my brain until I did what she wanted. That's exactly what it felt like. So eventually I gave in and I went to go see her. And I asked her, what now? I told her I would give her a chance to explain herself, and that's why I was here. This girl looked at me and said, no, you ain't. You are here because I manifested you here. And I looked at her and I said, nah, I'm here because I want to be here, and I'm here because I need some answers. She looked at me and she laughed. She said, okay, talk. We speak. She apologizes to me and she continues to explain why she put what she put on me. She continues to tell me before she met me, before we went out to eat, she had a vision about me and her, that me and her met and that me and her would be happy together. She says she saw a black wall with my name and her name in pink chalk with a heart around it. Remember in part 1 of the story, after the restaurant, she wrote our names on the sidewalk in pink chalk and drew a heart around it, the same way she saw in the vision. So she brought the vision to life when she manifested on the sidewalk on the first date, and I didn't even know it. So I called my wife, man, and I told her what was going on because I was scared. And I told her I need some help. She knew people who knew how to get that type of stuff off of me, but she hated me too. So it took some convincing, and I was messing with this girl, you know what I'm saying? So she didn't want to hear too much of what I had to say, but she still loved me, so she helped me. She put me in contact with this lady named Elle. Elle did a reading, and she confirmed that the girl was in fact putting witchcraft on me, and the girl was using dark magic. And she told me, quote unquote, she is an entity. This girl is an entity. And that she was a powerful enchantress and magician. And that she was very, very gifted in the occult. And that her spirit guides were very, very dark and they loved her. And they would do anything for her. So at this point, I'm scared, man. I can't pray. And that's unlike me, because I'm going to pray. I can't pray. This demon is in my house, homie, and I can't get her out because every time I tell her no, she cranks up the volume and runs me crazy, man. So I gotta give her what she wants. So the people that kept asking why I kept having sex with her, it's because that's what she wanted. She initiated sex every time, homie, every time. And I tried to tell her no. I did. I told her no multiple times. I even tried to make it seem like I needed to fast because I fast twice a month without sex. I do. I fast twice a month, and I was trying to do that with her, and her thing would always be, I want some, I gotta have you, I gotta have you. She had to keep that connection strong, homie. And the connection was formed through sex. And she would tell me things like, I feel you the strongest through sex. I can read you when you inside of me. And she would sit down on it, and she would draw like these patterns on my chest. And she put more spells on me. She would grab my hands, put more spells on me. And when I refused, she'd crank up the volume. It was almost like I was her puppet. So at this point, I'm fighting to stay away from her. I would leave her and come back 4-5 times a doggone month, man, because I'm trying to get away. But I'm not gonna lie, dog, her witchcraft was strong. Plus, she had everything she needed. I was hitting her raw. I was nutting in her. I had done ate her. She had done swallowed my semen. She had everything she needed to do whatever she wanted to. Let's not forget to mention the blood she marked in my house, the piss she put in my house. Let's not forget she bled all over me. And she would tell me every day about how obsessed that she was with me. And it's crazy, homie, because the more she told me, the more I believed her. So I couldn't pray. I couldn't leave her alone. I did not know what to do. So I went home to my mama. Next chapter, chapter 4, Mama.